Welcome to the New Indian Woman, and I'm your host Krishna. In this podcast, we will examine the challenges faced by us in managing our lives and our families. In each episode, we will also look at the techniques that worked for different women, examine how to adapt it for us in today's context, and learn from each other. You will get actionable strategies set in the Indian context on a wide variety of topics, right from identifying your passion to better productivity and parenting. Welcome to episode 2 of The New Indian Woman. In episode 1, we discussed that in our day-to-day living, what we tend to forget falls under one of the two categories, where things are and what needs to be done. In episode 1, we also examined specific techniques we should use to make sure we don't end up searching for things. Hey, did you listen to episode 1? Please do give it a listen if you haven't already. In this episode, we will focus on the second category of forgetting. Forgetting to do what you are supposed to do or you have agreed to do. We all remember those situations where we forget something and then realize it when the impact hits us. Then what happens? It becomes urgent and then we end up running around to handle it. For most of us in India, we can relate to at least one incident when we forgot to book the gas cylinder and realized it when it was too late. Sometimes, the promises we forget to keep can affect our relationships, like when we forget to wish someone on their special day or forget to return stuff borrowed from them. Let us not even get into the horrors of this issue at the workplace. Yeah, we all know the effects of us forgetting to do what we are supposed to do. When this happens, we tell ourselves and also try to convince others. You see, I have been so busy of late that I forgot to do this. We may even apologize for it. Yeah, quite genuinely. Over a period of time, when life appears to get more and more busy, we convince ourselves that forgetting to do stuff is okay. It's a sign of us becoming more important even. Are we ready to examine our own thoughts on this a bit more? Are you genuinely interested in taking steps to prevent forgetting to do something? Believe me, it is doable. The benefits are immense. The 3 important benefits that I have experienced are: 1. Peace of mind, because I know I have a mechanism or process to handle these things. 2. The additional focus I get when I am doing something, as my brain is not jumping around to recollect something else that I may have forgotten. And 3. How I get valued for my commitments to myself and to others. Again, the benefits are peace of mind, additional focus, and how I am valued. There would be enough research articles on more benefits, but I am choosing to share what made a big impact for me. So now, ready to see what it takes? The most important part is believing that you can do it. Let us start with a simple list of tasks that need to be done that we forget usually. I am choosing to list tasks around the house so that it is easier for all of us to relate to. So, my list looks like this: booking gas, paying insurance premiums, vehicle servicing, medical checkups, fee payments, AMC renewal. And here, most often, the servicing companies remember when the AMC is due for renewal and they make us pay. And then it is upon us to call them and get the service done by them, whether it is a water purifier or washing machine. So again, AMC renewal and AMC service. Vehicle readiness, driving license, passport, bus pass, etc. expiry dates and the renewal dates for these. Medicine stock itself getting over. Deposits which mature or money lying in savings bank account. Bill payments and the fines associated with those. Birthdays, attending events, whether it is at school or at relatives' places or friends' invites. So many instances when we would have said, "Oh, I will call you back," and forget about those. Collecting stuff from dry cleaners, tailors, etc. Buying specific things for some events, some shoes, some items for projects, some specific dresses, gifts, you name it. I'm sure you could relate to this long list. No wonder we end up forgetting. for a handy reference list that you could print and use it customized for yourself, please see the free downloadable available in the New Indian Woman website. Click the show notes of this episode to access the link for the same. Basically, the tasks we tend to forget can be classified into two types: big impact tasks, small impact tasks. And it is quite different for each of us and at different times. For example, when you are on a shoestring budget, expiry of bus pass or payment of fees with fine may become a big impact item. When you grow older, timely medical checkups would become a bigger impact item. It is upon each of us to look at our very long list of tasks and then decide these are my big impact ones and these are the ones that I'm okay to miss. And the sooner we start doing this, the easier it gets and more fruitful it becomes. Now let us move on to the first step in this journey to stop forgetting tasks. The first step is preparation and decision making. You need systems so that you don't keep your list of tasks in your mind. Like the famous productivity consultant David Allen says, your mind is for having ideas, not for holding or storing them. What do I mean by systems? Let us start simple. We need to decide what is the mechanism we will use to keep track of tasks. It could be pen and paper or your smartphone. Whatever it is, we need to be clear how we will use them consistently to get the desired results. If we need to use it day in and day out, it should be simple for us and definitely meet all our needs. So now, let us look at tasks that need to be done on specific dates or at specific times. For example, a parent-teacher meeting or a concert that you would like to attend on a certain date, or a doctor appointment at a fixed time slot. These specific date and specific time-based tasks need to be on a calendar. Next question, where will this calendar be? This should be your default calendar which you would check frequently on a daily basis, and that too when you are taking decisions on whether to block this date or that time. So if you think, I will use a usual wall calendar hung on the kitchen or bedroom wall, you need to make sure you have enough space to write down what you want against that particular date in a very visible and clear manner. Some people opt for a month calendar printout with blank squares against each date stuck on the fridge. It is fine if you're going to take most of the decisions standing next to the kitchen calendar. For example, if you receive a mail or note from your kid's school about the parent-teacher meeting, will you remember to update in the kitchen calendar? Maybe you will. Then it is fine. If you are someone who is outside the house for most part of the day, this may not work. So what do? I suggest one of these two options. Basic calendar app in your phone, Google Calendar, or the calendar linked to whichever email account you use and access frequently. It may be your Outlook calendar that you use at office. The key thing is this calendar should be visible on your home screen in your mobile so that you see it frequently, automatically. If you do not want to use the phone or any digital mode, then go back to the good old pen and paper method. Use either a planner or a diary for this year. And if you don't have either of this, an old notebook. Use a small one. You can even do a DIY one from papers taken from old notebooks. If you can get a month printout corresponding to the size of your notebook, excellent. Else, just note down one section called Important Dates and list down the important dates. Leave one page per month and use this page to fill up the appointments. If you need more than one page per month, I strongly advise you to move to using the digital version in the phone. So one part of your prep is over. See, you have decided how you will keep track of all date and time-based tasks. The second step is the capture. Yes, you are going to capture all the things scattered in your memory and jot them down. When you are doing this step the very first time, Set aside 30 to 45 minutes undisturbed for this. Yes, including putting the mobile on airplane mode. Take 2 to 3 sheets of paper and note down whatever comes to your mind. You may recollect some things like, oh, Deepa sent me a mail on this. I should remember to reply to her tomorrow. I need to plan a meeting with my boss. He had asked me to revert on this by so and so date. So in your mind, whatever your brain has tried to remember associated with time, date, month, all of these will start coming out. Note down. You will be very tempted to start doing those things, to make those phone calls, to send that 2-line text or email. Please resist this temptation and just note down. You will realize that certain tasks that are not date or time bound would also start popping from your mind. Doesn't matter again. Just jot them down. After doing this for say 10-15 minutes, you may start slowing down, waiting for things to pop up from your memory. At this point of time, I suggest you give some cues to your brain. Mentally try to recollect the things that you frequently use, like your daily bag, your vehicle, your clothes, your wallet. You are likely to remember that the vehicle is due to be serviced soon, or you need to collect clothes from the tailor, and so on. Now try to recollect the things you frequently see around you. The bills stacked up to be paid, the fridge that has started making some odd sound, etc. It would be a good idea to also mentally walk through each room in the house and definitely look at your list of frequent contacts, people whom you chatted with or had phone calls with in the last 10 days. Or think of each member in your list of immediate friends and family. You are likely to remember a lot of tasks, to call someone or to send something to someone, etc. Note down. Simply note down. When you do this the very first time, you are not going to get it all. Decide on a timeout of 30 or 45 minutes. It's okay. Keep this paper set. We will call this your capture sheet. Keep this handy with you for the next few days. Believe me, your mind will throw back amazing things that you never thought you will remember. Keep adding on as and when it happens. So, after the first 30 minutes of first time capture, you sit down and scan through this list one by one. If you see a task that is either date-based or time-based, mark it against a specific date and time in the calendar you have decided to use. Now, the date and time-based tasks are all there in your system. Now let us look at the capture sheet again. You are likely to see lots of items which are not specific date-based. Maybe many of them are overdue. You are also likely to see items that you want to do in future, but not a priority right now. Here, I have taken inspiration from David Allen's Getting Things Done methodology and adapted this for myself. Each of the tasks in the capture sheet that is not date or time based, I note them into specific lists. A side note, I understand you may be busy driving or doing something around and may not be in a position to take notes. No problem. Please refer show notes. I will have links for the same for you to refer. So I use a planner. It's an advanced kind of a notebook. So in my planner or notebook, I have pages titled Next Action for me, Next Action Errands, Next Action with my husband, Next Action with my daughter, and so on. And then another list for future. This list for future has tasks like consolidating photos from all of our phones, cameras, etc. For me right now, that can wait, but I don't want to forget about it either. You need to decide the different lists you need for your next action. Yours may be quite different from mine. If you are somebody who wants to bunch up all your phone calls together, you may have something called next action phone calls. I have excluded tasks that may be lying hidden in emails. That is for another day. You may come across some tasks that you need to do at a fixed frequency. For example, paying insurance premium every quarter. If you're using a calendar on your phone, you could use the options for the same and set recurring reminders. If you're on pen and paper, Make entries for say every 3 months for a specific date in the calendar. So now you have completed sorting out all the tasks that you remember as of now. Good start. At the end of prep and capture phase, you now have a calendar with tasks in them. You have your custom next action and future list, and your capture tool is likely to be empty as of now. The third and final step is to make it into a habit. By now, if you are not someone used to sitting down and noting down stuff, you are likely to feel overwhelmed. You may think it is better off to remember stuff and forget stuff here and there. You may wonder, is it really worth it? Here, I would like you to tell yourself, your mind is for having ideas. It is not a storage bin. You would be surprised by the extent of load that gets taken off from your mind. So do not get bogged down. It is the beginning of the new you. Let us now look at easy ways of making this new system part of your routine. As for the capture tool, you always need to have it with you. In this digital age, it is very tempting to speak into our phones and have it record our tasks. But then, a simple paper and pen mechanism is good. Just 2 small scraps folded into your mobile cover. My personal favorite is a pouch that I have around me with my earphones, a small palm-sized notepad that you get in stationery shops, and a small pencil. Every day, preferably at the end of the day, look at your capture tool, maybe the notepad or your phone. Add each item from here to either the calendar or appropriate next action list or future list, and then knock it off from the capture tool. Look at your next action list and mark the ones you plan to target completing the next day. Then, look at your calendar for what is lined up for the rest of the week. Remember to knock off an item from the next action list only after you complete it. I suggest you do this every day so that every morning you already know what is lined up for most part of the day. If for some reason you miss these steps on a daily basis, at least you start this weekly once. You may wonder, why look at the calendar daily? I don't even have events every day. But just do it. It is easier to make it a habit if it is done daily. You may want to check it every evening for the next day, but figure out when you will do that. Which is the time slot you are not likely to miss this. If you think just before going to bed, keep in mind whether you are the kind of person who has a nighttime routine already before going to bed. Else, choose a different slot, maybe just after your prayers if that is a routine for you. Basically, tag it to something that is part of your core routine so that you won't miss it. This is a very basic way of making sure we don't forget what we need to do. Once we get into this mode, there is space for more ideas, more projects, more fulfillment. And yes, of course, that would mean finding systems to handle these ideas and projects. Right now, let this be a wonderful start. Wish you all the best with these steps. Prep and decision on the tools, capture tool, next action and future lists, and habits. Remember, you are what you want to be, and the time starts now. This has been The New Indian Woman with your host, Krishna. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode and will tell your friends about this podcast. In case you haven't already, please subscribe to this show by clicking on the subscribe button. This means you will get my new episodes automatically and you will be able to listen to them every time I publish the next episode. Do visit my website, thenewindianwoman.com, for related blogs on this topic. Of course, I would love to hear from you. You could rate or leave a comment in your podcast app or write to me at krishna@thenewindianwoman.com. Thanks once again. I look forward to more sharing in the next episode, and please don't forget this. You are amazing. Fill your life with lot of laughter and fun. Only you can do it.